So, the point of me making this video comes from looking at a Facebook status of an old high school friend of mine who mentioned a very good thing. That, oftentimes, whenever people go to help others, that they tend to brag about it on social media or whatever else, I guess, as a, oh hey, by the way, I did this, and they can't just do good things in silence. This may sound a little bit hypocritical, but because of that, I'm going to tell a story of this one time that I went to help out this homeless guy. And I'm not doing this for personal glory or anything like that, it's just a matter of how fucked up this thing was. So we're going to rewind it back to last winter, where I was leaving High Ridge McDonald's because I had just gotten off of work for the day and I was going to go home. And as I'm pulling out of the parking lot, there's this older guy, probably about his mid to late 40s, that comes running down the hill without any shoes on or anything. He runs up to my car and starts pounding on the window. Now, for this voice I'm about to do, I perfected this thing for the last year. You may as well have been hearing him yourself. He goes, "Hey man, you gotta help me. I come down here from Detroit. I gotta find my girl. My baby's missing me." And I'm thinking, what the hell? Oh, no. No. It's close to Christmas time. This doesn't feel like a Merry fucking Christmas to me. And I'm telling this guy to slow down because I can barely understand what the hell he's saying. And eventually I kind of make it out. What he was wanting me to do is to drive him down to these nearby apartment complex. I think it's called Woodridge Manor. It's off of High Ridge Boulevard. And at first, obviously, my logical side says, okay, there's a strange homeless man that's pounding on your car. You should probably drive off by now. But no. I guess you could say I had an end of the movie Grinch moment. I had a bit of a change of heart. And I decided, you know what, man? It's cold, it's snowing, go ahead and hop in. So he gets his trash bag full of clothes, or whatever I assume that was in it, and I drive him to those apartments. Did not expect him to get out of the car and start running up and down every one of these apartments, every building, pounding on the doors and windows, just shouting, "Carrie! Carrie!" And it's fucking ridiculous. I'm sitting here wondering, what have I gotten myself into? But wait, it gets better. In the very last building, one of the last apartments, we finally find this girl that he's been looking for. Keep in mind, this guy hitchhiked all the way from Detroit, Michigan, to find this girl I guess he was in love with or whatever. And we get inside of the apartment where this girl is at, and she looks about as brain dead as can be without pretty much being a vegetable. And I'm standing in there waiting for these two to get her stuff together because I was going to drive them back to the McDonald's that I had just come from. And there's this one guy I'd always seen around town before, never spoke to him, but he's standing there in the kitchen along with me, and we're both just observing this very fucked up lady in the... she wasn't even much of a lady, it was a tramp in a tramp moment, let's be real. And the only conversation me and that guy made was about his Avenged Sevenfold tattoo. We had really nothing else to talk about because, the obvious would have sounded rude as hell, like, oh, hey, meth heads in love. Anyway. So, we got her stuff loaded up into my car, and this girl was just a straight-up bitch about this. And she asked where I was taking them, and I told them that, this guy, Harvey, wanted me to drop them back off at the McDonald's that I had gotten him from. He said, well, why can't you drive us to Maryland Heights? And it's like, I'm not driving your bitch ass to Maryland Heights to drive an hour and a half back to my place with an attitude like that, so you can get in my car and be quiet. I'm saying it a lot meaner than what I actually was. I swear I actually had a heart at the time. And because there was no more space in the back because of the stuff that I had back there and all of their stuff combined, she ended up sitting on his lap. Special appearance by the cat. So, on the way back to McDonald's, this guy starts having a bit of an emotional breakdown for being so happy that he finally found his long-lost love. Back to the Harvey voice. Oh, baby, I miss you so much. I came so far. I swear I'm done with the crack, Harry. I'm done with it for good. I'm gonna get a job. Things are gonna be better. I love you so much. You leave me again, I'm gonna stab your bitch ass. I love you. And whenever it comes to the whole I love you and I'm going to stab your bitch ass in the same sentence, either that's a little bit fucked, or that is some strong love I've never heard of. Took all of my inner control to not burst out laughing or just pull over and have them get out and walk. Because I didn't want that stuff happening anywhere near me. I don't need to be associated with that. So I take both of these strange folk to the restaurant and I drop them off. Now, before they go inside, I pull Harvey aside, and I tell him, okay, so I heard what you'd said in the car about laying off the crack and all of that, and I think you need to lay off this girl too, because, you know, she's about as smart as that bag in your hand. So you need to get yourself a job, get an apartment, and get your life together. And then I gave him my food that I had planned on eating because I was hungry as shit, hadn't eaten the day, and you know what? I sacrificed gas money and 2 chicken wraps, which I think that's a pretty good personal goal. Well, I guess he kind of got the gist of what I was saying, and said I was like a brother to him. I don't know why. And I haven't seen him after that. But I guess the whole point of this was, if somebody is going to brag or go on about personal actions to help others, at least make it a good story. I mean, shit, good luck topping this.